The kids are out taking a picture next to a line that is the treaty line between vampires and werewolves. So I did a quick Google search, and Twilight was set here in Forks, Washington, but none of it was actually filmed here. As is always very helpful, we stop at visitor centers as we leave towns instead of when we get to them. But we're at the Timber Industry Memorial here in Forks, Washington, and that's a big wooden guy.
I mean, I could sleep in here.
Sounds hollow.
Oh my hand.
Oh, geez. Quit faking.
Dude, it's
Come
not
on.
that hard.
You sound like your father.
Oh, I just ripped a
on.
muscle in my arm.
Go
or
forward.
You can do it.
Jasper, are you starstruck?
What?
The Forks Visitor Center sent us to this place, which apparently, when all the props and stuff from the movies went on auction, the town of Forks, of course, was interested and got over 900 different movie props. Do what? You saw the few props that were there. Maybe 5 different props. Sad little props. That was a scam to get us into a gift shop. That's all that was. Alright, so we've come to the end of the first segment of the summer, which means we come to the end of our time with Jasper.
It's not over, technically.
No, we'll
see each other.
we'll be together on the cruise, but as far as having him with us on the motorhome, tonight is the last night. And
Jasper, I'm gonna cry, Jasper.
some background that I guess that we haven't said yet on the channel. So Jasper is my brother's son, and he lives in Louisiana and we're in South Carolina. And so although he's 15, we really haven't spent a whole lot of time with him. We wanted to let him know how special it's been to get to know him better, spend time with him, and just let him know what a fine young man he's becoming. And you can cry. It's good for ratings if you cry. Hit the like button if you want to see him cry.
I'm already crying. Doesn't matter.
But honestly, Jasper, I mean, it's, you know, circumstances are that, you know, we just aren't that close to each other geographically. But wish we were. And anyway, we love you. I mean, you've been a pleasure on the trip. Real good kid, and
You've been a joy to have around.
Yeah, gave a lot of, just added a lot to the trip.
Sure did.
It's got a good sense of humor.
A lot of energy.
It's
just
funny.
First one to jump up anytime we need anything, and we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and maybe we'll do it again.
That sounds great. I love that, honestly.
Ask you a few questions.
Ask you?
No, I'm going to ask you a few
You're
questions.
gonna ask me.
So, yeah. Let me see you look. Turn up a little bit.
We love you. I love you too.
So, have you been on an RV trip before? No. This is the first time. And you've been camping before. I know your dad's taking you in a tent. Yeah.
And it flooded.
Oh, that sounds like our first.
That's what happened to us too. Yeah. In what ways was an RV road trip like you expected, And in what ways was maybe some things you didn't expect?
Well, it was nothing like I expected, like at all. I just expected it to be like, oh, we're gonna be sitting in chairs and we're gonna drive down, and then we're just gonna like stop at a place and maybe look at it for a second, then hop back in and travel. Because I thought it was gonna take a lot longer than it did, and it was short. That's sad.
You feel like it was short?
Yeah, it was short to me.
Yeah.
I guess it's just because I had such a good time. You know, it was very fun.
Of the places we stopped, are you able to pick like a highlight? Was there a highlight for you, or
Any of the beaches.
any of the beaches? Yeah.
I think the first place we stopped, whenever we just kind of went out, and then me, Ethan, and Owen were like in the tide pools for like an hour or two, just sitting out on our own. I think that was probably the best because it was just us. We weren't being told by anybody what to do. Not saying that's like a bad thing or a good thing. Just like we were able to do what we wanted to do and go out there and do and see what we wanted to see. And
What
that
beach
was
was that? That was which
Was
state
that
park was
Sunset
that?
Beach?
Sunset Beach.
It was
Yeah.
kind of in the, like, as the sun was going down, y'all were, yeah. Ethan, do you have a highlight so far?
Let's see. Let me go.
Owen will go, Ethan will be thinking.
It was probably the same as Jasper's. I mean, we weren't really told to do anything. Just look around and do stuff.
Yeah.
Look around and do stuff. Yeah, that's mine.
Same thing. That's funny that it's, for all three of you, the highlight was the place that we found a last minute spot to spend the night.
Yeah.
We didn't even know what was there, you know. That says a lot about, you know, sometimes you plan what you think will be good, but it's the unplanned stuff that turns out to be kind of a surprise sometimes.
Yeah.
I think that's the key factor is surprise. Like, you know what's coming, and then whenever something turns around and then you don't know what's coming, it's
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I also have
pain in
another.
the butt. But
I also have another favorite part. Tillamook's ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, that's
Huckleberry ice cream.
Mom, do you have a highlight?
I think just spending time with the family together, having Jasper here, and I mean, to me that was the best part.
Yeah.
Just everybody together.
Some of the things that seemed like a headache at the time, like, oh, I got to do this again. I got to get up. I got to get out of the way. I got to move this over here. You feel like you're spending all day, like, not doing things you want to do. But when the trip's over, those are the things that kind of made the trips memorable.
So, Dad, what was yours?
For me, I think it was that first stop we made in the Redwoods. When we got out and climbed on that big log that had fallen over.
Yeah.
And then all the footage that we lost, that was my best memory, I think. And the hikes in the Redwoods. A close second would be the first time we saw the big rocks out in the Pacific.
Yeah.
Would be a close second. Should we talk about low point? Like, anybody have a low point? You know.
Mm-hmm.
My lowest point
All right,
is getting up every morning.
All right, sounds like we can talk about that.
So, Dad, what was your low point during this?
Low
Travel.
points. Low points. Again, it's kind of funny because the obvious pick for a low point would be being covered in crap from the black tank. But that actually turns into one of the better memories.
How about losing all the footage?
Yeah, that hit me kind of hard.
The hardest part for me would be waking up every morning. They force us to get up at like
The wee hour of
8 in the morning.
9 a.m. Yeah. Ethan, your low point?
Lake Tahoe. Getting sunburned.
Oh.
Sunburned at Lake Tahoe.
Oh. Jasper?
So, you might think that a low point would be like driving the most of the time, but I actually enjoyed that because like that was the first time I truly saw mountains I guess. I feel like I was so much younger when I would go to the mountains.
Yeah.
So it was an experience to see mountains, and especially mountains with snow on them.
I know, right?
Never seen
You're
a
gonna see
mountain with
more of
snow.
that.
Um,
You're gonna see a lot more of that.
Yeah. But I don't know, the low point. say
Tomatoes.
The food.
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes and onions.
That was a big low point. Yeah.
This kid doesn't like tomatoes or onions, just so you folks know.
It's weird.
No, what is yours, Jasper?
I'd say it was traveling, not like traveling in that car.
Oh, that car. A
Oh.
Honda Fit.
Oh, how about
Okay.
Kansas and Nebraska?
Roads.
Those are always...
It was an experience.
Yeah, you got to see it the first time. don't
Yeah.
I
you?
mean,
Yep.
Yeah. Mom?
Unhooking that car in gas stations.
Learning how to use the tow vehicle.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And our first few hours out getting stuck. Almost stuck.
Almost
we didn't
stuck.
get stuck, but that
Oh,
was scary.
oh, we did...
Just
So maybe
figuring
the-
it out.
The stress
The
of
stress of
the
We're
stress of everything being so new and messing up. Anyway, that's it for the first segment. You'll still see Jasper, like we said. He's on the cruise with us. We just want to thank him for being just a big part here. Come here, big love.
Jasper.
He's in here, I promise.
Oh,
I smell hair.
One of us didn't take a shower.
that would be me.
Love you, boy.
There he is.
All right, look, there's his face. He's crying.
Look, look.
Hold on, get the hair.
What y'all doing?
I don't know. They started.
Y'all farting over there?
They smell really good. Hey, hey. Let go. Let go of the do, 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 do. Oh.
Got it.